We've introduced the teams with a brand new event in Quadrilla Balancing, but today we have a returning event, or at least returning from another league, the Quadrilla Race. Hello everyone, I'm your host Quack, and as you can see, Mach 5, one of the many brand new teams, is at the top of the points right now. The Ferrofluids and Malware Monsters, also medalists in the first event, but of course today we have the second event, Quadrilla Race, where you can see this Quadrilla tower that these teams will have to descend. It's going to be very treacherous. There will likely be DNFs. It's going to be difficult to just get to the end. You have to be fast. You have to be very technical. There's not a lot of passing opportunities. It's very unique to anything we've seen in QMC, but of course many of these marbles have seen this before elsewhere. But you can see it's a traditional heats of 4 format, no need for introduction really, and we'll be getting started with the very first heat, the Ferrofluids, Gold Doubloons, Phantom Flames, and Overdrives in this one, the latter two sending their captains, and the Ferrofluids, one of the medalists in the first event. And we are off. It's the Ferrofluids and Phantom Flames in the top funnel, and it looks like that's the faster way to go around, as they will be the first two in. Ooh, the Phantom Flames are already stuck with their Captain Spectre. Meanwhile, the Ferrofluids are off into the lead. The Overdrives currently outside the advancement zone. I don't think they're going to be able to catch up in these last few layers. No, they will not, but that means the Ferrofluids and the Gold Doubloons will be moving on to the next round. The Overdrives really never able to challenge there, and the Phantom Flames have to feel a bit cheated there, getting knocked aside by the Gold Doubloons, but all for naught there. The Overdrives will not be making it, nor will the Phantom Flames, but the Ferroflu was really able to control the pace throughout this race. They did an excellent job just managing to get down, stay clean, not get a DNF and fall off the course, and the first DNF of the day will go to the Spectre, the captain of the Phantom Flames. Disappointing for them, neither of the two captains in this heat making it, but Hematite from the Ferrofluids will be moving on. Now the Luna Moths, Frostbites, Maze Runners, and the Ash Flowers here. The Maze Runners are pretty much the only team here who's done this event before in their home league, and they're off to the lead right now from the bottom funnel. The Luna Moths were in second, and the Ash Flowers get knocked way aside. I think they are done here, as are the Frostbites. They're both stuck, and that means the Maze Runners and Luna Moths just have to keep it clean to the end here, and they will. Both of those two will be moving on. Unsurprising for the Maze Runners. Oh, what's this? The other two got themselves going again. Perhaps just an extra bit of momentum from the Ash Flowers. They managed to roll it back after getting stuck, but neither of those two will be advancing, but they will still be able to salvage a few points by not getting a DNF there. You can see the Ash Flowers almost starting to roll back at the end of that clip there. Meanwhile, the Maze Runners, unsurprisingly, going to take the win here with their Captain Starch. Surprisingly, never managed to win the Quadrilla Race in their home league in the A Division. They haven't done it in the B Division, but here they will be fighting for it in the semifinals, as they will be moving on alongside Actius, the captain of the Luna Moths. But now we move on to Heat 3, Mach 5, the gold medalists from last event, the Blade Masters, Brainstorms, and Lucky Clovers in this one. And right now it looks like the Blade Masters are off to a pretty quick start, as are Mach 5, who will be joining them very quickly. Those are the two in the advancement. Oh, Mach 5, I think, flew off the course there. Now suddenly it's the Blade Masters and the Lucky Clovers who are fighting for that lead spot. The Brainstorms not far behind them, and as they come down, ooh, they almost make contact, but it will be those two. The Blade Masters and Lucky Clovers will be moving on to the next round. Mach 5, though, falling off very early on the course. That is going to be a very poor result for them. We haven't seen that many DNFs yet, and falling off that early is one of the worst ways to go out. They will most likely be taking a very low score here, which is not what they want to see after just getting a golden medal last event. We're seeing here Blade Masters and Lucky Clovers able to get it done. The Lucky Clovers struggled last event. Their Captain Charm, though, will be getting it done here, at least moving on to the next round. Meanwhile, the Brainstorms not quite able to say the same thing. And now we move on to the final heat of the first round. The Malware Monsters, the last medalists from the last event, the Snow Skaters, Order of Aura, and Team Toucan. And those last three are all in the bottom funnel there, all opting for that. And it seems to be a pretty quick way around as Team Toucan not getting stuck there, but slowed way down. Meanwhile, it's the Order of Aura and Snow Skaters very close between them for the advancement spot. The Malware Monsters are there too. Oh, and they got shoved aside. The Order of Aura almost had the advancement spot there, but at the last moment, they got shoved aside. Those are the kind of risky plays that Quadrilla Race is made for, and it's not just about speed, it's also about strategy. How hard do you want to go, and do you want to risk it by making contact like that? The Order of Aura, by trying to take the lead there, actually screwed themselves over. And that is some valuable lesson learned, I suppose. But either way, they will get shoved across the line by the Choco from Team Toucan. Meanwhile, the Snow Skaters will be getting it done here, moving on to the next round, as will the Malware Monsters. Meaning we've seen two of the three medalists from last event move on, and Mach 5 unfortunately getting dead last in this event. But meanwhile, the Brainstorms getting 9th for, I believe, the second event in a row. And not a ton of DNFs here. Only two of them, the ones we saw in the heats. But now we move on to the semifinals with the Blade Masters, Ferrofluids, Luna Moths, and Malware Monsters. The Ferrofluids and Malware Monsters, the two of the medalists from last event, trying to establish an early point lead here. And they will be starting behind, actually. It's the Luna Moths and the Blade Masters doing well here. The Blade Masters currently have the lead, though. Ferrofluids are right behind them. Now they take the lead. Oh, but they fly off the course. Now it's the Blade Masters who will inherit the lead, and the Luna Moths will close in on them to take second place. The Malware Monsters must have gotten stuck somewhere. I didn't even notice them. and the ferrofluids flying off the course, flying too close to the sun, perhaps. Meanwhile, the Blade Masters and Lunamoths just able to control the pace much better here. And you can see, oh, that right there, I didn't even mention it. That's where the Malware Monsters got stuck higher up, so they will not be taking their second medal in a row, nor will the ferrofluids. Neither of those two able to make it to the final, which is perhaps a bit of a sigh of relief for most of the other teams that they won't be getting 2 medals in a row to start the season. Meanwhile, it's the Blade Masters and Lunamoths who are doing an excellent job. The Lunamoths just barely missed out on the medals last event, trying to improve on that here with their captain. But 2 DNFs and 1 here. We had only seen 2 DNFs up until this point, and we're going to get 2 of them in this very same semifinal. But now we move on to the second semifinal. Ski from the Snow Skaters starts the captain of the Maze Runners, Charm the captain of the Lucky Clovers, and the Gold Doubloons. And we're off. It's 3 marbles opting for the bottom line once again. The Lucky Clovers on the top side, but that seems to be the slower way around. Meanwhile, as the Snow Skaters in the lead, the Gold Doubloons get shoved aside. They are done. Meanwhile, as the Maze Runners holding on to the advancement spot, but the Lucky Clovers are very close there. The Snow Skaters come across the line, and the Lucky Clovers do not have a challenge. The Maze Runners, with their captain, will be going to the final. Unsurprising for pretty much the number 1 seed here, but the Snow Skaters, really a shocking performance here so far. They've been doing an excellent job, considering they've never done this event before, but they've done a lot more events in general than most of the other teams here, except for the Maze Runners, so perhaps the experience in other events just transferring over here, but doing an excellent job controlling the pace here, and the Lucky Clovers did an excellent job trying to keep up, but the Maze Runners were just so quick through those bottom few layers that it wasn't even going to matter. The Maze Runners captain will be moving on. And there was Trove from the Gold Doubloons, not able to get it done here, getting knocked aside. We've seen a lot of very risky moves and moments in the top few layers where really it can be make or break. Getting the lead early is pivotal, as we see the results of 5th through 16th. The Lucky Clovers, their captain, will be getting best of the rest because they finished, and the other 3 not even able to finish the course. The Malware Monsters will be getting 6th place, and the Ferrofluids 8th, both of those getting top half again. But now we move on to the final. The Blade Masters, Snow Skaters, Maze Runners, and Lunamoths contending for the gold medal here. And we are off as the Blade Masters starting off with a pretty solid gap in that top funnel. Snow Skaters leading on the bottom, and they will be the top 2 as we head down the course. The Blade Masters on the left side. Oh, they fall off the course, and the Snow Skaters do as well. The Maze Runners now have the lead, and the Lunamoths don't have any challenge as they come down to the line. Starch from the Maze Runners will be taking the gold medal here. Lunamoths take the silver, and that's going to make them a contender for the point lead, perhaps. But the Blade Masters and Snow Skaters, both of them came so close here. I'm not sure who counted ahead, because they both fell off at pretty much the exact same moment, and it's going to be difficult to tell. It looks like, ooh, right there, yeah, they've got caught up at pretty much the exact same spot on either side. But meanwhile, the Maze Runners may not be able to say they have a gold in the A Division QML in this event, but they do have a gold here in QxQ, and that was a pretty impressive run by them throughout all the heats, just staying low, staying quiet, and making the moves where they needed to. And with a 14.68, they will take the gold. 2 captains on the podium. Oh, and Ski from the Snow Skaters will be taking the bronze just barely, and that is great for them. Now they're pretty much the only team that can say they have a medal in both the B League of QMC and here. It's a very familiar podium in terms of teams that we've seen before, but the Lunamoths will join them to take the silver. Perhaps a bit unsurprising to be seeing Starch up on that podium. And as we see the standings now, the Lunamoths take the point lead as I predicted. The Maze Runners jump 9 spots into 2nd place with that gold medal. Meanwhile, it's the Ferrofluids and Mach 5 knocked down a little bit, and the Malware Monsters round out the top 5. But the standings still very close as we head into the 3rd event, which will be the Quadrilla Descent. So stay tuned, and thank you for watching.